Welcome to Green Addicts Live, y'all, where we talk about becoming more efficient in life, leadership, and in the efficiency of your home. I'm your host, co-owner of Green Addicts, Russ Lewis. This is also my other co-owner here, Bradley Crenshaw.
What's up? How are y'all?
Today we've got Victor Gonzalez. He's going to be on here with us.
Good morning.
Hey,
Morning.
yeah, we're going to be just talking about some things in your life, some efficiency things going on there. But I wanted to talk first about Brad. You just got back from a hunt. Tell me a little bit about it, man.
Oh man, you threw me on the spot here, didn't you? Golly.
I did. Tell me a little bit.
Man, I tell you what, I went with one of my hunting guides down to Southwest Texas.
Yeah.
Went down to Bandera, and man, it was a great time. Got to spend about four days down there. Victor rode down to stay with his family while we were down there, and I mean, it was great. This deer though that I went hunting put me on I mean, he sent me for a loop.
Yeah.
I slid down the mountain chasing this deer. I mean, I went all over this ranch trying to hunt this deer, and he was not having it. But I wasn't giving up. When I finally got him, I grabbed that sucker by the horns and I said, "You made me chase you all over this land." By golly, we got it. It was a great time. I enjoy the
That's
outdoors.
a real hunt, man.
Yes,
That's a real hunt.
I do. I enjoy the outdoors. Everybody who knows me, I mean, you can leave me out there in God's country for sure.
Yeah, well, we might actually.
You know what? That's fine with me. It's like my wife actually said this morning, she said, "Hey, you know what? I'm going today to get me a sign." I said, "You are?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm going to go get me that sign that says, we're going to pause this marriage for hunting season."
Oh,
She said, because it seems like all you're doing now is hunting and fishing, hunting and fishing, hunting and fishing.
Well, you know, we were talking about, the next one where we're going to go. And my wife said, "Well, why do y'all have to go around the holidays?" I said, "Well, baby, that's hunting season." It didn't go over well. It didn't go over well at all. That is hunting season now, man. That's how it goes. So, well, like I said, today we got Victor in studio with us, man. He's our operations manager. He's been a blessing to have
thank you.
on here, and so I thought this would be a good time. Bring him in, talk a little bit about who he is, what you do. But before we really dive in with you, Victor, tell me a little bit, Bradley. How we came to have Victor on with us. Tell me about how that all rolled out.
Well, it all come when we had our crawfish bowl, our annual crawfish bowl in April, and we were out there, and his brother was at the crawfish bowl with another guy.
Yep.
And I mean, he ate his weight in crawfish, by the way. His name's Steven, and I mean, I thought, my gosh, did I make him, the bowl enough crawfish for this guy, But Steven come over to the table, and he's like, man, he said, my brother, I really want you to meet him. Yeah. He said, I really think he would be a good fit. He said, and he may not be, you may not find a fit for him, but I think he's a good fit for you guys. And he needs to be part of a godly organization that puts God first and family first. And,
That's right.
And I said, let's set him up. And I happened to be leaving to go out of town the next week. Remember, I was going on my anniversary trip to Bora Bora.
Yep.
He tried to get in to see me then, and I was like, nah, can't see him. It's going to have to be when I get back.
Yep.
Right. And so he comes in for an interview, and I mean, immediately when he's in there for an interview, you walk in behind him. He actually interviewed with a group first. Right. And before I even got a chance to meet Victor, Russ is catching me in the hallway. Hey, I like this guy. I really like this guy. And so after 2 minutes of him sitting in my office, I knew he was going to be a perfect fit
Thank you,
for
guys.
Green Addicts.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good. I think after he drove away, I think he was driving back to wherever, and we called him.
Yes.
We did.
You did.
Hey, and by the way, we'd like to bring you on. That was a good time.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Well, tell me a little bit, man, Victor, about tell me about like your family, your journey, to Green Addicts. Tell me a little bit about before.
Okay. Well, I'm from San Antonio.
Okay.
I moved up here in February, and I actually moved up here to start a children's ministry called Camp Emmanuel. And I felt like God was leading me to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to start this camp. But of course, I got to work, got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
I was working in a very ungodly place. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I was searching for you guys. I really was.
Yeah.
God put you guys in my life for a reason. And the ironic thing was I was actually supposed to go with Steven to that crawfish boil, and I ended up turning it down. I don't remember what it was, but
you don't like crawfish, huh?
I love
Just
crawfish.
playing.
So that didn't work out. And when Steven told me about you guys, and I was like, oh Lord, You know, I missed this opportunity. Please give me another opportunity.
Yeah.
Like he said, try to get a hold of Brad. Brad was gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I guess they're brushing me off.
Yeah.
Came in a couple weeks later and met with you guys, and it was like, we're family.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are like family to me.
Instant fit,
Oh,
really.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It turns out we went to the same high school together, and
Yeah.
things just kept falling into place. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
That is cool.
So-
Well, what about your family? You got some kids. You're married. Tell me all about them.
I do. My beautiful wife Angela and my kids are in San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
I've got my two boys, Jared and Jonah,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have three stepchildren. I've got Jasmine lives with her dad, and then I've got Xavier and Nevaeh, and they all live in San Antonio, go to school in San Antonio. And it didn't work out with them being able to move.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I stay positive because I know God put you guys in my life for a reason.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just Green Addicts. You guys have been amazing. I love what I do. You know, I enjoy coming to work. It's like family.
Yeah.
It really is. You guys are my family here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So,
Yeah.
love it.
Well, so tell me, let's talk about your daily basis, because this whole show is really, you know, it's all about efficiency. And so tell me, like on a daily basis, man, you're the operations manager. So what do you do, and what do you do to help create that, what makes the efficiency? I mean, that where things work smoothly.
Right. Well, I am kind of the middleman. We've got sales, then we've got the office, we got operations. Bringing everything together is kind of what I do. I am the kind of the liaisons between the salesperson, the customer, and scheduling and that type of thing. So what I do is I will sit down every day with our sales office manager and go over scheduling. My job is to get the guys set up so that they can be efficient, so they're not showing up to jobs and not having their material.
Yeah.
Just coordinating.
Yeah.
That's a big part of my day, is coordinating with the customer, coordinating with the guys in the field, and coordinating with the office.
Yeah. So I mean, we've got a warehouse. You know, we don't warehouse everything. You know, we got a lot of items. You know, that if we know we're going to be selling a whole lot of
Right.
Solar Attic fans and things like that. You know, we're gonna get that in bulk and try and make that even more streamlined. You know,
Right.
but like strategies. What are ways that you build in? Because I mean, everybody's got a cell phone. You know. I mean, let's face it. You know, if you need to get in touch with somebody, hey, it's just boop boop boop. You know, call them, and so that alone feels efficient. But there's a whole lot more that goes into that in a daily basis. I mean, we've got lots of moving parts in the
That's right.
business. So
Well-
how does some of that play out on a day?
Well, a lot of it is just preparing. My buddy Brad here has gotten me on a schedule with planning everything 1, 2, 3, 4 days ahead of time. It's going in with the office manager Kim and going over, you know, what do we have coming up this next week, you know, as far as getting material scheduled, as far as figuring out where the guys are going to be the most efficient, as far as getting out to the jobs. I've got some guys that live in Fort Worth, some live in Dallas, and just kind of planning out their day and planning out their week.
Yeah.
Getting the material ordered for them, making sure the customer's happy. It's a lot of moving parts, like you said.
Yeah.
Getting the customer, you know, we're completely customer service oriented. You know, we want the customer to feel like they're working with family.
Yeah.
And it's about working with their schedule and just going above and beyond to meet their needs.
Yeah, working with their family, not necessarily cousin Eddie.
No, not that cousin.
No. But the family that you want to be around.
I'll tell you
The
something.
family I like.
Yeah.
Something funny about that there. Whenever I was putting this stuff together, I called him up and I said, all right, Victor. I said, only thing I'm trying to do is help you with a few things. I said, I'm going to tell you a few things that I would do. I said, and if you'll just implement these things, you're going to want to kiss me.
Oh.
I said, but don't. And as we're driving to San Antonio this last week, he goes, hey, you know what? Pull this truck over. I need to kiss you. I said, I don't think so.
Lean over. Lean over here.
Not happening.
Come over
He
here.
said,
We can do it now.
we're a kissing family. I said,
No.
we're not a kissing family here.
We a hugging family.
We'll hug it up. Yeah.
We'll keep it at hugs. We'll keep it at hugs. He did say that, and I did say that, and but we didn't kiss. Just for the record.
No, of course not.
Just for the record.
Well, so when it comes to efficiency in this business, man, I mean, it's so funny because we go and we install things making homes energy efficient. All the products that we do, you know, whether it's insulation, radiant barrier, spray foam, getting your HVAC system all sealed up if you've got one that works, or putting an entirely new one in. I mean, there's lots of moving parts to that. But then moving into the office space, Brad's been implementing a lot of leadership training
Yes,
in our office. And I'll tell you what, man, that alone has been a major game changer, not just for me, for everybody in the office.
I agree.
That it's a level of efficiency that, quite honestly, I didn't even know existed.
Right.
Because I'd never really been turned on to anything, leadership oriented or anything like that. And once he started to implement that, it was like my eyes opened up. I was like, oh, there's a whole different something here that I didn't know existed.
Right.
And so now, it takes time. It's not an overnight process. And it's funny, we were talking recently about, staying on top of these steps along the way.
Yeah.
The videos to watch and the books and everything. And the fact is, if we don't stay on top of all that, there's gonna come a day, maybe it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I don't know, a year down, and it's gonna be, well, you have waited too long if you didn't stay up on it.
Right.
It is a process, and if you don't work that process, it's going to get forgotten, and you're going to get left in the dust because everybody else, we're all moving. Maybe sometimes a little faster here, a little slower there, whatever, but we're moving forward together because, man, it's this well-oiled machine that we're wanting to get to, and it's always improving, it's always getting better. But as far as leadership goes, man, I don't think there's a better process out there than what you've implemented. If there is, I'm unaware. I was unaware to begin with, but I'll tell you. So just bring a little bit up about like how that plays in. I know you talked a little bit about the form that y'all helped to create.
Yep.
But bring a little bit of that together with the efficiency for him and maybe a little bit about the leadership.
So, I mean, on the leadership side of things, I'm always constantly trying to improve. And the more people that I have around me that are also improving, it forces me to continue to want to sharpen my sword because I have to continue to stay ahead of the game. And so I love the fact that we're all getting on the same page in the leadership side of stuff.
Yeah.
Where this Monday, not this last Monday, Monday before last, we did that leadership game.
Right. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
So we're in there, and Juan is doing a fabulous job. And the only thing that I can sit there and think about as he's helping me facilitate this is how much I enjoyed watching him step up like that.
Yeah.
Because it gave me such a sense
Right.
of pride to see people in that leadership role.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of companies out there that don't want the other people to take that leadership step and be, I want it. I want everybody in our office to be a leader.
Yeah.
And lead. And there's, we have that thing we say, everybody stays in their lanes. We run our lanes and we pass the ball.
Yeah.
When it's time to pass the ball, we pass it to the next person. And I think that efficiency side of things, just developing those lanes of, hey, this is my job. Let me do my job. And then when it gets to it's not my job, let me pass it over.
Yeah.
And that person runs with the ball. I think just those few little things
Right.
really fine-tuning those, we continue to get better.
And I think in that pass off that you're talking about, that's something where that's a crucial point because you can't, if you're staying in your lane, and you're doing your job. If let's just say it's installations, you get that part done. Well, to do a proper handoff, it's not just all right, my part's done and then hands off. It's not that. It's handing it off.
That's right.
And
Yes.
so there's going to be a little bit of that overlap, but that's where it comes back to a lot of things we've talked about on this show already. Being being rooted and grounded in love, and man, it's a care for your coworkers, your family members. It's like
Right.
I want this to pass off well and go well. I want this whole job to go well because it's not just a business; it really is a family.
Right.
And I want things to go smoothly, and we want an awesome experience for the customer. We want it to be as appreciated and welcomed as it can possibly be.
Right. Right.
A we at company. That's
That's it.
that. We say that all the time. And Victor here to the left of me, he works his tail off. He stays on
Yeah, he
top
do.
of those guys, and he's a we it guy. Juan, I can't say enough about Juan Cruz.
Yeah.
He was on the show last week too. If you need help, you can count on Juan Cruz to be there.
100%.
Yeah.
He will load up and he will come help you do whatever. So he has been a huge asset to the
He's
team.
one in a million.
He is one in a million. Look at you go.
Yeah. No,
So,
he's
yes.
an amazing guy, and everybody in our office really
Absolutely.
is.
Everybody plays a vital role. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's got their own role they play. So
There's nobody that doesn't belong there, because otherwise they wouldn't be there.
that is correct.
And
Yeah.
I think the way, like you said, I mean, everybody's got their positions, everybody stays in their own lane, but the way we bring it together, we all shine.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest thing.
I
You know,
think that's
there's a
the
lot
point.
of companies where everybody kind of stays to themselves and nobody takes responsibility. I think we step up and we come together as a family, you know,
Yeah.
is probably the best word for that. And we all shine because of it. And
Yeah.
you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. Our customers can tell.
And that's the crux of the customer service.
That's
is,
right.
It's not. There's a whole lot of people that just want to peddle it out there like it's the customer's always right. That is such a odd statement, because I'll tell you with reviews out there, there's
Yeah.
a lot of there's stuff that can get shady, and nobody likes that on either side. If you just do what's right from the beginning, it's going to work out awesome. It's kind of like when I was going through marriage counseling with my wife, years ago. The one thing that I remembered from what he said, what our marriage counselor said was, he said, as long as you keep her needs your focus and she keeps your needs her focus, he said, everything else is going to work out. And that works for a whole lot more than just
That's a good point.
marriage.
Absolutely. Some people say all the time it's a 50-50 relationship. That is incorrect. It is 100%.
Yeah.
It's you put in 100%, she puts
Yeah.
in 100%.
Yeah.
That's the way you make that work.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way that we operate in the office too.
Yeah.
We all put in 100%.
Right.
It's not, okay, well, you got 10, I got 10, he's got 10. We're 100% in.
Yeah. I think it's a huge point. Is everybody's involved, man.
Yes.
Making it go towards the goal all together, moving as a whole. Well, I mean, I think I've enjoyed the talk today. I could go on talking about you forever, Victor.
Victor has been a true blessing
Oh, thank
in
you,
our
guys.
office. I mean, a true blessing. I mean, I consider Victor a friend, not only just a coworker. I mean, he is actually a friend and
Thank you,
and,
sir.
and a brother.
Yeah.
On that
I
side
agree.
of things.
Well, thank you. I feel the same way about you guys. Like I
Yep.
said it from the very beginning. I mean, you guys are like brothers. You're always been family since I met you. And
We
love
appreciate
it.
you very much.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
no
you very
other.
much.
Well, guys, as always, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Green Addicts Live. This is every Tuesday, 10 a.m. You can subscribe to Green Addicts Live everywhere podcasts are available: iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We stream live on YouTube, Facebook, livestream.com, and On Air Media. That's actually on-airmedia.com. And be sure to visit us at greenaddicts.com for more videos on what we do as a company, or to set up your free home energy audit. And guys, as always, this is Green Addicts, efficiently energized since 2007. Thank y'all.
Thank you, guys.